Let the night begin. Welcome. Tonight, as the world outside grows quiet, you are invited to wander through the stillness of an ancient land, a Japan that rests beneath the soft glow of the moon. Let your breath slow down. Let the gentle rhythm of the narration carry you through the folds of time. The streets are hushed, the lanterns dim, and all across the islands, the sound of life has softened to a whisper. This is Midnight over Japan, a journey through quiet temples, moonlit fields, and the sleeping hearts of wooden villages. A place where even the wind seems to pause to listen. You don't need to remember anything here. You only need to drift, to imagine the cool air, the scent of pine and rain-soaked earth, and the faint sound of a bell echoing in the distance. Let's begin. The Lantern Path of Kyoto. It is past midnight in old Kyoto. The city sleeps under a sky of soft gray clouds, and the Kumo River glides silently through its heart. Lanterns sway gently along narrow streets, their light casting golden ripples across the rain-slicked cobblestones. Somewhere behind a wooden gate, a cat pads softly over a tatami floor. You can hear the faint creak of old wood, the kind that speaks in whispers after centuries of footsteps. Kyoto's homes are breathing, their paper walls rustling slightly in the night wind, as if exhaling the long day's stories. Inside one house, an old potter sits beside a dim candle. He turns a small clay cup on his wheel, slowly, steadily, the same way his father once did, and his father before him. He does not need to see clearly. His hands already know the shape of the vessel. For him, this is meditation, a quiet art born from repetition. Each movement is a small bow to time. Quiet nighttime street in old Kyoto after rainfall, warm paper lanterns glowing above wet cobblestones, reflections shimmering, wooden machiya houses with sliding shoji doors, a potter working by candlelight inside, cinematic realism, Studio Ghibli softness, misty atmosphere. Sheaf of rice, the rice fields under moonlight. Beyond the city, the land stretches into soft fields of rice. The moon hangs low, turning the flooded paddies into mirrors of silver. A few fireflies drift lazily over the water, their light pulsing like the slow heartbeat of the earth. A farmer sleeps inside his small home nearby, his tools neatly arranged beside the doorway. He spent the day ankle-deep in water, bending and planting, murmuring prayers for a good harvest. Even in his dreams, he moves through the fields. Generations have done the same, each one guided by the rhythm of seasons, by rain, by wind, by sun. There is something deeply peaceful about this kind of life, where the year is measured not in numbers but in colors. The green of new shoots, the gold of harvest, the gray of winter mist. Wide moonlit rice fields in rural Japan, flooded paddies reflecting silver moonlight, distant farmhouse with straw roof, faint fireflies, soft mist over the valley, cinematic wide shot, painterly realism. A tea house in the night. In a small village nestled at the edge of a bamboo forest, there is a tea house that never seems to close. Its walls are made of paper and pine, and a single lantern sways gently by the door. Inside, a tea master prepares matcha in near darkness. His movements are deliberate, folding, wiping, whisking. The sound of the whisk is like the brush of wind on silk. He has performed this ceremony thousands of times, but each time, it feels new. Because the water changes, the air changes, the guests change. And so the tea, too, is never the same. This is the beauty of Ichigo Ichi, the Japanese idea that every meeting, no matter how small, happens only once. And in that belief lies peace. Traditional Japanese tea house lit by a single lantern, elderly tea master performing ceremony in dim light, tatami mats, bamboo forest visible through paper windows, warm glow, minimalist composition, cinematic lighting. Rain over Edo. Far away, in another century, the old capital of Edo, now Tokyo, lies beneath a curtain of rain. The rooftops gleam in the dim light, and narrow alleys wind like dark ribbons between rows of shops. Candlemakers have closed their shutters. Fishmongers have packed away their baskets. The air smells faintly of soy sauce and damp straw. A rickshaw creaks by, its wheels leaving soft trails through the puddles. Inside, A merchant rides in silence, his face half hidden under a paper umbrella. At the corner, a child stands barefoot, catching raindrops in her open palms, laughing softly to herself. Nothing remarkable happens here. And yet, that's what makes it beautiful. The stillness, the rhythm of the rain, the unspoken poetry of the ordinary. Nighttime in Edo period Tokyo under gentle rain, wooden houses glowing with lanterns, rickshaw passing through narrow alley, wet stone streets reflecting light, calm atmosphere, cinematic realism, rain textures. The temple bells of Nara. In Nara, the old capital of Japan, a temple bell begins to sound. The tone is deep and low, reverberating through the misty hills like the voice of time itself. The monks rise from their mats. They move in silence, lighting candles, bowing, then begin their slow morning chants, a sound that seems to float between this world and the next. Outside, deer wander through the temple grounds, their hooves barely making a sound on the moss. They have lived alongside monks for centuries, gentle creatures who do not fear humans. The air is cool and damp, carrying the faint scent of incense and pine resin. In this place, time feels circular, as though every bell toll, every breath of wind, has happened before, and will happen again. Ancient Buddhist temple in Nara at dawn, mist over forest, monks in orange robes lighting candles, large bronze bell ringing, deer walking quietly through mossy grounds, ethereal lighting, photorealistic texture. Fallen leaf autumn in the mountains. Far to the north, in a mountain village, autumn has painted the world in red and gold. Maple leaves drift through the air like slow-burning embers. The villagers are preparing for winter. They dry persimmons under the eaves, stack firewood beside their doors, and hang strings of garlic and herbs to dry. Children chase each other with laughter that fades into the valley. Smoke curls upward from chimneys, mingling with the evening mist. When the sun sets, the entire valley glows. Lanterns in the windows, the river shining like copper, the faint outline of Mount Fuji far away under a pale sky. Japanese mountain village in late autumn, vivid maple leaves, farmers preparing for winter, smoke rising from chimneys, children playing near wooden houses, distant view of Mount Fuji, warm golden sunset light, cinematic landscape style. Crescent moon midnight over Japan. Now the night deepens. From Hokkaido to Kyushu, the land grows still beneath a wash of moonlight. The seas are calm. The forests whisper. Lanterns float on rivers, their reflections trembling softly in the current. In cities, in fields, in temples, people sleep under the same quiet sky. A sky that has watched over emperors and farmers, poets and monks, for thousands of years. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the sound of a brush writing on paper, a haiku, perhaps, about the moon, or the rain, or the passing of time. Move on. Frog jumps in. Sound of water. Matsuo Basho, 17th century. The poet has long faded into history, but his words still ripple gently through the centuries, like the rings spreading from that single drop of water. And now, as you rest, you are part of that same quiet story, a story of breath, of silence, of the calm heartbeat of a sleeping world. Let it carry you. Let it soothe you. Let the soft hum of midnight over Japan guide you into dreams. Oyasumi nasai. Good night. T. Aerial night view of Japan under moonlight, lanterns floating on rivers, glowing towns scattered across valleys, Mount Fuji faintly visible in distance, deep blue sky full of stars, tranquil cinematic atmosphere, soft painterly lighting.